Turron Davenport is with me here on the Sports Bash Live, 97.3 ESPN. What's going on, Turron?
Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Always good, my man. It's man, 1 week into the season, always already crazy stuff. I like to pick your brain a little bit because you've been one of the few who were giving Agholor a shot, and I wanted to get your opinion on just what you saw and kind of, I know that you've kind of been on his side through all this, tough times and all, but what changed? What did you see different from him that makes you feel pretty good?
Well, the good thing with Agholor is what you've seen throughout training camp and mini camp, OTAs. There's a different bounce to him. He's a more confident player. And most importantly, you see that when he catches the football. You can really see him catch the football with confidence. It's very clear that the gears aren't spinning. He's just catching it and playing natural, and that's really what you have to do as a football player, period. So that's the good thing with Agholor. And for him, it's always about stacking days. And the performance he had on Sunday was a good one. He's not going to harp on it. He's just going to continue to move on and just try to work towards a bigger goal, and that's to have a solid season. He's just going to do it day by day.
Yeah, how did he, this week, did he kind of downplay? 'Cause, it seemed like, anyway, that they were trying to get him the ball. I mean, they were calling all sorts of we saw the play, obviously, that didn't go very well, but threw the ball behind the line. But they were calling specific plays for him. You saw on 3rd and 7, they went right to him, and they highlighted it on television that, Norman was with Jeffrey and that he was really kind of decoyed because that play was designed from the get-go to go to Agholor. It seemed like they wanted to make a conscious effort to get him the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something that you do. When you have a guy that has dealt with confidence issues in the past, or even not even guys that dealt with confidence issues. You look at Steve Smith Sr., very confident. You look at T.O., very confident. These are guys, and listen, I'm not comparing Agholor to them, so please, whoever's listening, don't think that. What I'm talking about is just the way teams have gone about scheming to get them the ball right away to get their mind more in the game. And I think that's something that they were looking to do with Agholor. That broken play, the touchdown, that's a broken play. That's not something that was by design. It was something where Agholor and Wentz were on the same page as far as the QB scramble drills, and the result was a big play. So, I mean, for me, when I watched the game, I went back and watched it, and it's just clear that they were trying to get him the football, but, there's reasoning behind it because, like I said, they want to get him involved early and continue that confidence. You want that confidence to continue to build, and that's what they try to do with him.
Turron Davenport, USA Today, at @TDavenport_NFL. Smith, not big stats, but did you see that he had an impact on the offense?
Smith, as far as Torrey Smith is concerned, yes, definitely. You can see the impact that he has. I mean, the first play of the game, and, it's funny. I called it. I said they were going to do play action and go up top to Torrey, and that's exactly what they did. And I asked Carson Wentz about that after the game, and he said that he loved that aggressive approach. He wanted to do that. And if you watch, a lot of the things that Zach Ertz was able to do was really on the strength of Torrey Smith blowing the top off of the defense. Let's face it, Josh Norman cannot turn and run with him. Torrey Smith had him beat 2 times. He and Carson couldn't connect, but that opened things up underneath, and that's really what the whole goal was to do, was to open the middle of the field, and they're going to continue to do that with Torrey Smith. And even though they didn't connect, it still let defenses know, hey, listen, we'll go downtown on you if the opportunity is there. We won't hesitate to do it, and that's really what it did.
A couple more with Turron Davenport here, looking at the Eagles' offensive side of things. Where was the running game? What did we learn about the running game? Anything?
Well, I mean, it's still on the milk carton. That's something that they have to figure out a way to commit to the run, and that's if there's a gripe that I have with Doug Peterson is that he has to commit to the run. And really what ends up happening is when you commit to the run and you establish the run, that opens so much up for the passing game. All of a sudden, you're able to work that play action. The linebackers start flowing towards you. You got the crosser right over top of them. And there's just different ways that you can get your guys to football, get easier throws for your quarterback. So where the running game has gone, I don't know. It's something that I thought that they would be able to institute. this week or this past week. We'll see what happens this upcoming week. I mean, you got Benny Logan. You know, he's one of the better run stuffers in the league, you know, and they have some really good linebackers as far as the ability to flow to the football. When you look at, you know, a guy like, slipped my mind, the young man out of Texas, number 56, Derek Johnson. So there's going to be opportunities to run the football. Just whether or not they do it, it remains to be seen. You got LeGarrette Blount. You know, you got Wendell Smallwood. I was surprised that they didn't run the football more with him because they talked Wendell up so much.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Wendell's a good running back.
I agree with you there. The problem with Wendell, I guess, is the pass protection, and it looks like Carson has problems trusting them guys in front of him a lot because there were times where Sproles stepped in, made a nice block, but it even feels like he doesn't trust that that's going to work.
Yeah, there's only so much that Sproles could do. It's an area where they have to improve, you know. But one of the things that they could do is start moving the pocket and giving Carson the opportunity to throw on the run. That's when he's at his best, to be honest with you. So there's things you could do to get around that.
A couple more with Turron Davenport here. Darby out. What changes now?
Yeah, well, I mean, what changes? You're going to see Rasul Douglas probably active, and he'll be in the mix. Jalen Watkins is going to play some left corner. Patrick Robinson will as well. You know, they go to their sub package. I mean, it could even be Dexter McDougal active, and they use Patrick Robinson primarily on the outside. He actually played pretty well against the Redskins. They tried him deep, and he had not a pass breakup, but he didn't allow Pryor to catch the ball in the end zone. So that was a good job. So I think it's going to impact some of the things that they're able to do. I'm curious to see whether or not they're going to blitz as much because, you know, this is a team with Darby. They trusted him on the outside. Jalen Mills continues to evolve, and he's getting better and better. We talked about him going against Tyreek Hill and some of the things that they like to do, and I was really impressed with his knowledge of, you know, from watching. I watched the Chiefs game a lot over and over again, and I saw some things, and it was cool to hear him say he saw the same thing. So I think they'll be in good shape. It's just really going to be about just everybody this week. You have to do your job. That's really the main thing. When you look at Hill, he's going to influence a lot. So they just have to maintain their assignment, and they should be fine.
Love Hill. Love the way they use him, too. You watch a Chiefs game if you could. I know it's Wednesday, but if you could pick one area where you think Philly can work on them, where is it?
That's tough because they're so sound everywhere. If there was one area, you know, honestly, I don't think there's one particular area where they could pick on with that team. They are legitimately they're complete. You know, you look at Hill, Kelsey, you look at Hunt, and they play off of each other so well. You look at how they do things to get Hunt the ball out of the backfield. You look at how they do things to take advantage of Kelsey's ability. I couldn't really say there's anything in particular. It's just, like I said, it's about alignment and assignment.
Big challenge for Jim Schwartz's defense. We'll see if that pass rush, the over-aggressive. They were very aggressive. He was aggressive in the play call on Sunday. We'll see if he could do that against this Chiefs team. Turron Davenport, USA Today, Eagles Wire, and he joined us here on the Sports Fans. Thanks, pal.
You got it. Thanks a lot.